Hi everybody, and welcome to day 6 of our 31-day meditation challenge. So today I want to talk to you about something really important, and this is something that it's actually a really important tool and technique that I really want you guys to learn that can really help you in so many different ways. We talk a lot about the law of attraction and manifesting into our reality experiences and all these things that are happening around us. And some of us, when we don't understand how we are projecting into reality what we're creating, the experiences that we're having, we often tend to feel very helpless, very overwhelmed, and we feel that we are on a roller coaster ride of our life, that we have absolutely no control of the things that we are experiencing. Now, to say that we're 100% in control of what we're experiencing really depends on our understanding of the multidimensional body, and it depends on how we learn to manage with our energy and then the information that is within us on the deepest level. So I'm going to walk you through, as best as I can, an explanation of how the chakra, the crown chakra, is one of the most important aspects of manifestation, okay? And we're going to begin by, first I'm going to tell you a little bit about the crown chakra and what it looks like. I'm going to use these notes that I made and try to see if I can read anything that I wrote on here. But we're going to kind of go through some of this, all right? So first of all, the crown chakra sits right above the crown, okay? This is where we merge the etheric, the energetic, with the spiritual, with the physical body. Okay, so it is the gateway to the spirit and the soul layer of the body, and it's the gateway of the physical body. So when the infinite source is coming in to manifest life, and it comes in through this ray of white light of source. White is the integration of all colors, of all possibilities, right? And so as that infinite consciousness comes in through the dimensional planes, through the soul self, the spirit self, it comes into the crown chakra, and the crown then is in charge of projecting a couple things. First, projecting what we're going to be experiencing, but how and where does it get that information from? It gets the information from what we're going to be projecting into our reality from what it's attaching to, the physical aspect of ourselves and the spirit, the soul aspect of ourselves. And it is the gateway and the main chakra that connects with all living beings. So it manages the aspect of being one, that unity consciousness. And this is why I wanted to come in to talk about this today, because it's a really important one to begin to learn how to work with and utilize the crown chakra for manifestation. But if we don't know how to utilize it and how to basically direct the energy through that gateway, we can be manifesting all kinds of things outside. Why? Because the crown chakra manifests our power, our personal empowerment. When a human is out of balance, or it's experienced a lot of trauma in their life, in which they have belief systems that are created from that trauma that cause them to feel helpless. For example, they saw their parents arguing, and it was a lot of violence in their environment, and so their understanding of power is out of balance, right? They think that the use of power is abusive, it's out of balance, and therefore causes suffering and pain to others. That's our programming. So then, and also this happens as a result of also some religions that are sometimes imposing these belief systems that power is something that would cause shame or judgment or fear. So that those kinds of imbalanced beliefs that are not the complete truth of how we're looking at balance. There's an unhealthy balance of power and a correct use of power. And so for us, a lot of us were born into these belief systems where power is something that's really difficult for us to manage, to navigate, because of shame, because of guilt, because of judgment, all of these programs that we have. But now, let's say we begin with those programs. Over time, those begin to manifest in the physical form. And so they make up the characteristics of our personalities. They make up how we look at life, how we interact with people around us, and how we present ourselves in the world. So our how we interact with power, our understanding of power is incredibly important. And it's my invitation that we take time to kind of take a look at what our belief systems are, and our understanding of what power is and how to utilize it. What is toxic power? What is balanced power? Okay, and so the crown chakra is the one that manages this expression. Okay, when we have a complete imbalanced expression of power, the body begins to feel disempowered. We feel helpless, hopeless, and it completely deconstructs and destroys the natural flow of life force through the body, creating tremendous blockages. And a lot of times when I see the multidimensional body, and somebody has two things that I really see a lot. Holes in the auric field, because this is basically the egg-shaped aura that is around the human body. It is emanating from the crown chakra. Again, this is the link between the non-physical and the physical for the body. So this is going to be where we're looking at illnesses that are unfolding from the inner layers of the biofield out to the energetic layer. And so when I see people that have cancer, or they are utilizing drugs, okay, there is a fragmentation that occurs with the soul. But more importantly, the crown chakra will create holes due to, I see a lot with cancer. So people that have cancer, a lot of times this cancer and the metaphysical aspect is a result of complete feelings of disempowerment, of not having the ability to change or move, or feeling stuck or stagnant. And so over time, that feeling, that continued and repetitive program of feeling completely helpless and disempowered can really cause the system to create a cancer within the body. Okay, and depending on where you get the cancer in your body, it will highlight the different thought forms and programs that help create that kind of cancer or those illnesses. Now, the crown chakra is also in charge of controlling and managing viruses in the body. Okay, it's really interesting because, again, when we come into the programs of feeling helpless and overwhelmed, and we come into the fear state or panic state, feeling like we're completely vulnerable to the thing, our environment, and we have no power, again, it completely begins to destroy the immune system of the body and other systems of the body that are stagnating that energy. Okay, so the crown chakra is, from that perspective, everything that happens in the body is then projected into your reality. Okay, we're going to take that another step further. So we talked about the emotions that are involved in the imbalance and the balance of the crown chakra, and we talked about how the body is affected then over prolonged periods of time of having these thought forms of helplessness. So let's take it a step further. On the physical level, what happens when we have these cyclical programs that we are helpless over centuries? We are literally holding on to ancestral programs that we are living through. So the crown chakra is the connection to all living beings. Okay, that's the network. We begin to attach to the ancestral network and also to our own fragments, our fragments which are on other dimensional planes. And so all of these fragments of ourselves that are interconnected with people, with other people that we're experiencing this life and other lifetimes with, or, you know, it's not actually lifetimes, it's fragments of ourselves and experiences that we're tapping into in this lifetime. We're cycling through those. So what's going to happen is our belief systems that are caused by all the information that we brought into our ancestral lineage is also defining and affecting how we're going to project into our reality the experiences. So all of that programming. So this is why deprogramming deeply those kinds of programs, starting with your understanding of power, understanding of fear, understanding of, how to come into a balanced perspective in life is really important. And all of that is projected into your energetic body. Now, your whole body is a combination of multiple layers, of course, of information. And though the different layers that are around your body are projecting from the chakra systems, which are vortices of information that are flowing through the body. They are the ones that organize and will move through your body this kind of information based on its vibrational frequency. As you know, the root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, and third eye. Okay, so this basically, your body will have one vibrational signature that is a result of all the information that your human organism is. And so what happens is that when I do a DNA reprogramming session with you, for example, I will read your chakras, and the chakras will tell me specific information, all the imbalances that are happening in those chakras. But more importantly, we identify what your crown chakra is. Your crown chakra is going to tell you what aspect of your body, what is the lesson that you are on, that you need to heal in your body in order to get your soul, your spirit, to guide your spirit to that next step in your own spiritual evolution. And that's defined by a vibrational frequency, okay? Let me just tell you really briefly, I wrote down here, the crown chakra affects our entire existence because it's intricately tied to both the brain and the spine, okay? So that's really important because the spine is what's housing and managing all of the other movements in the body. So this is a very, very important chakra to work with. If you have stagnant blockages, or your crown chakra is out of balance, or you're not using it, most of us are very much in the physical body, and we have a disconnect between our spiritual self. The crown chakra is also connected to the pineal gland. So if we're not eating food that are going to help us maintain the systems of the body healthy, like the endocrine system, for example, it really heavily affects our crown chakra. And also, high sugar diets, salt, adrenaline, when we're completely depleted of energy, when we don't sleep enough, it is completely depleting the energetic bank of the body and our ability to connect to earth, to the earth plane, and maintain that cyclical natural balance of rejuvenation and regeneration in the body. So the entire human body is going to come completely out of balance, okay? So the crown chakra is really important. Now, the reason why I want to talk about the crown chakra today is because collectively, because we are all interconnected, our awareness of that interconnected network that we're attached to, we are connected through many systems of information. The Akashic records is one of them. Now, the 8th chakra is the one that usually manages the Akashic records, but it feeds information into the crown, which will allow you to project into your reality. If you have stagnant programs that don't allow you to connect with your higher self, you will not be able to have a clear channel of information coming through. And that's why a lot of us have problem with our intuition. We don't trust it, again, because we're coming into those programs that make us believe that we're completely helpless. So it's really important. The crown chakra manages our ability to have power, to feel empowered, and to utilize that power. More importantly, to direct energy where it needs to go. And so when we identify your vibrational signature, your main vibrational signature, that vibrational signature is identified as a color, because color is energy. Energy is information. It's a vibrational frequency. And so for us, the best way to start working in a way that we can visualize and see is by using color, because that's how we translate that vibrational frequency. So you will identify this color that represents your entire self, and you will know, because usually it's a color that is very special to you, or you're attracted to that color a lot. You tend to pick things in that color, or whatever it is. It's really in the subconscious mind. Why? Because the human body, again, is a multidimensional bioorganism, and it knows innately what it needs in order to feel better, to try to bring itself back into balance. And of course, if we don't understand the language that's happening, our body is sending us messages through color. We are sometimes more attracted to green food. We want to eat more fresh greens, or we need more water, or and we can get these messages in many different ways. We just have to learn how we communicate with ourselves and be aware of the patterns that are happening in our lives, and take a moment to listen to the body, because the body is always communicating with us. So that'll really, really help you kind of identify what needs to happen. Now, the color that you pick, the color that you choose, is going to tell you where you are on your spiritual journey, okay? Right now, we are like white light going through a prism that is fragmented into a spectrum, okay? And we are that spectrum. But because we are so engaged and we have so much programming, our spectrum is completely messed up. It's completely, all our colors are mixed up in our auric field. If we look at our body, it's a big mess and blob of colors, unless you are working one-on-one on those vibrational frequencies, on those frequencies of information that make up your belief systems, in order to organize them. And this is something that's been studied in many, many different religions. The Buddhists talk about the rainbow body, how to come into the rainbow body. The rainbow body is basically said, and this is even shown in Christianity, with Jesus having his rainbow halo around him, or a halo around them. A lot of these saints have halos around them. That's because they have activated that crown chakra. That's coming into that God-like self, the God, the creator self, that's now able, he has its consciousness that has become aware of itself in order to manifest and project into the reality. Okay, so that's the thing. And so when we begin to understand how this human body is projecting into reality, we then understand the power that the human has, not only to manage the physical body, heal itself, but also to begin to change the experiences that we're having. Why is that important right now? Because depending on each and everyone's work coming into our power, into our creative self, we can collectively change the way the events in the world are occurring, okay? Just the way mind control knows all of this information in order to hijack our system and control the way that we feel with music, with color, the marketing. The entire marketing industry is based on color therapy. They study color one by one to see how it affects the psychology of people. Okay, if you have a room full of red color, people are coming into a state of passion. They feel comfortable, warm, they're eating food, so on and so forth. So if you study marketing just a little bit, you'll see how branding has greatly been affected by the use of color. And this is a form of mind control, because they are using subliminal language in order to affect and direct the choices that we make in life. Okay, and so that's generally known. Now, on the frequency aspect, on the sound aspect, the same with music. Music is being played at certain hertz that affect and direct the way that we feel and the aspects of our body that are being stimulated. Okay, so from that respect, this language, this invisible language of light, color, and sound, is indicating to us that the world around us knows very well how to manage and manipulate the human body. This has been studied for centuries. So how come we're not learning about this? Can you imagine if our children in school began to learn about this? It would really impact their life and the way that they're working with all of this, okay? And more importantly, we would understand what the law of attraction really is. Because there's sometimes been quite controversy about the law of attraction, but the law of attraction really has to do with your vibrational imprint. okay? And when you identify the vibrational signature, which is the color that identifies your entire organism, you can then begin to direct energetically how you are projecting and experiencing things in your life. And it's really amazing. My life completely changed when I began to work with this information, because it was incredible how I was able to shift from negative experiences to positive experiences immediately. Okay, and I'm very, when I first came into all of this, I'm very much skeptical about things. I do have my own trust in my own intuition, but I always have to understand how things work on the back end in order for me to do them. And until I experience it myself, I can't speak for it. So I'm speaking to you from a place of having experienced it and applied it. So I really hope that you guys can use this and begin to work on it. It would be really great. Now, let's take a look at this. Let me see if I missed anything before I move on to the practice. We talked about that. We talked about the mental, the feeling aspect, the spiritual aspect, the physical. Very good. So that's pretty much it, guys. And of course, there's more to this, but more as we work with other chakra aspects, I'm going to get into more detail. So let's get right into it. Okay, today we're going to do a meditation where we're going to identify a crown chakra. And we're going to dedicate a little bit more time on this than usual, because I really want you guys to get that color right. Okay, so we're going to come into reading state. As always, we're going to disconnect from the physical plane so we can come into that psychic reading self. The only time we can begin to activate and get a true, clear communication is when we come into that psychic self, when we train our psyche, okay, our psychic abilities. All right, my love, so I want you to close your eyes and we're all going to get started. Very good. As you inhale deeply and exhale, take a really nice cleansing breath. I hope you guys had a wonderful day today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this meditation, and thank you all again for joining me today for this practice. So go ahead and inhale deeply and exhale, releasing your day, releasing any tension from the day. Some of us that are empaths are pulling in a lot of stuff from around us. So take a moment to go back into the physical body, okay? We're going to ground ourselves down to the center of the earth. Visualize your grounding, connection to the core of your body, your waist, your hips, the pelvic bone, all the way down to the center core of the planet, and anchor yourself. Really, really ground. Inhale deeply and exhale. And as we ground down to the center of the earth, we're going to create a very strong pillar of light that goes through the body. Okay? You're going to visualize a white light that connects you to source. It goes down to the crown of your head, down to the center core of your body. It's basically a part of your spine that goes all the way down the perineum, down to the center core. I want you to visualize a pole of white light through the body, and I want you to tap into that white light. Make sure that it's completely solid, really nice and healthy. It's a solid white light. If you see that it's broken, fragmented, shattered, split in half, notice that. That tells you a lot about your state of health. So right now, I want you to, if it's shattered or broken in any way, or it's difficult to imagine, really focus on completely solidifying this pool of white light that goes through your body, okay? This is one of the most powerful ways of rebalancing the body energetically, is by visualizing this pool of white light through the body. Allow yourself to visualize that pole of white light nice and solid through the body. Very good. Very good. As you visualize that pole of white light through the body, now you're going to see that it's nice and solid. If it's hard to visualize it, just take some time and make sure that you make it completely solid all the way down, okay? That's just a great way to bring the body back into balance. All right, my loves, we're going to go deeper now. You're going to visualize your protective field around your body, owning your space. Once again, as always, we are owning our energetic body, becoming aware of how far out our energy extends from us, learning each day more and more about the layers of our energetic body. Go ahead and notice that. Very good. All right, now that we have grounded and we protected, we're going to start with the root chakra. Visualize the red chakra at the base of the spine. Go ahead and close that chakra all the way down. I'm going to ground. I'm going to invite you to go ahead and visualize grounding your space that you're in right now, the four corners of the room or the four corners of the home that you're in. You're going to ground down to the center of the earth. Utilizing the same grounding technique that you use for your body, you can use that same thing for your home. So it's important to manage our environment that we're going to be doing healing in, especially when it's on this level. So go ahead and visualize grounding your environment, okay? Bringing your space into balance. All right, very good. In a gigantic sphere of golden light, protecting our space. Visualize a really nice and solid sphere around your home, no openings whatsoever, making sure it's completely solid. Okay, very good. And we're going to raise the frequency of our home, of our environment, to the color gold. So I want you to visualize filling your home with color gold. We're raising it to the highest neutral point. Okay, bring it up to the color gold. If you have a color that you work with in your home particularly, please go ahead and use that color if that's what you like to use, but I like to use gold. So go ahead and fill your space. It's almost as if you are filling the house with a fog of gold energy, okay? Really nice, neutralizing. Inhale deeply and exhale. Very good. So closing the first chakra, making sure front and back of that chakra is closed. Inhale deeply and exhale. Very good. You're going to go up to the second chakra, the sacral chakra. Go ahead and visualize the orange light underneath the navel. You're going to close that chakra all the way down to the size of a dime, disconnecting any imbalance of that sacral chakra, okay? Notice as you practice with me every day, we become more in tune with the body. We become aware of where those cords and attachments are in the body. And so just take a moment to listen and notice and observe what you pick up. Okay, what are you picking up from those chakras? Very good. Noticing any resistance. And just allowing yourself to direct those chakras where they need to be, okay? You're going to go up to the solar plexus now, the center core. Go ahead and visualize the yellow chakra, closing that chakra all the way down to the size of a dime, disconnecting completely any imbalances in the solar plexus. That's the emotional body, okay? Go ahead and close that chakra all the way down. A lot of us have a lot of these chakras totally unnerved right now because we are in stress, some of us. Some of us are doing great, but for those of you that are feeling a lot of stress right now, this is going to be wonderful for you to bring yourself back into balance, okay? Very good. You're going to go up to your heart chakra. You're going to expand that heart chakra front and back, opening the center of unconditional love. Go ahead and visualize opening that space. Inhaling deeply and exhaling really nice and wide, front and back of the body. You're going to go up to the throat chakra, open that chakra as wide as possible, opening the throat chakra, the center of communication, of expression. We're going to go up now to our third eye. So go ahead and visualize the third eye coming into a balanced state. To charge my cell phone. Okay, go ahead and visualize that third eye coming into a balanced state. Okay, you're going to open the third eye, expanding it, expanding that indigo chakra as wide as possible. Very good. Inhale deeply and exhale. Very good. Now, you are in reading state. I'm going to allow a moment for you to reconnect with your body, become familiar with coming into reading state. This is where you have opened your psychic abilities. You are completely in a state of reading. Very good. And this is where you have activated your intuition. Okay. So take a moment to notice where you're at. I want you to now clear your energetic body. So any distractions from your day, any kind of attachments or energy that you're holding on to in your energetic body, I want you to visualize clearing your energetic body. Visualize that the sphere around you, you are just emptying out as if it's full of water. You're going to visualize that you're eliminating all of that stress, whatever thoughts, emotions, anything that's in your mind and body at this moment, you're going to bring into a neutral state. Okay, so bring your body into a neutral state. Inhale deeply and exhale. With every breath you take, you eliminate, you release everything. And you're not just releasing your thoughts, you're releasing thoughts that you've picked up from people around you, emotions that you've picked up from people around you. Eliminate all of that out. Very good. Very good. Eliminating it all out. Our ability to utilize our intuition depends on our ability to control our emotions. So today we want to really make sure that we are really in a state of neutrality. When we are using our psychic abilities, our intuition to tap into information, to choose whether something is right or wrong, good or bad, we have to have zero emotional investment in those decisions or signs or messages that come up. If we have emotional influence in any of our choices and decisions or readings, that completely takes the reading out of balance, because now it's involving your own perception into what you're reading. So for us to be this conduit of information, this reading, this reader, psychic reader, we have to be completely neutral, and we have to train ourselves to be able to come in and out of these states of observation and neutrality, observation and neutrality. Now, how do you maintain a state of observation is by not placing judgment on any of those things. So always come to this neutral state, okay? And so that's also where this role of power and disempowerment comes into play. So go ahead and focus on clearing your energetic body completely from all of these emotions, thoughts, until you're completely neutral, okay? Very good. Very good. Now that you're in a complete state of neutrality, I want you to see all of the people that you've come into contact with today in front of you. Okay, you're going to see everyone that you've come in contact with, family, friends, colleagues, people, or, I know right now we're in quarantine, so anyone that we've engaged with energetically, thought of, or interacted with, whether it's online, on the phone, I want you to see all of those people, even just thoughts of people. You're going to see them in front of you. You can just see a crowd and just visualize that you're going to cut cords with them right now. You're going to take your power back. So you're going to inhale deeply, taking back your life force and releasing, allowing anything that you took on from them also leaves your space. Okay, so we're coming into a complete state of neutrality. Visualizing coming into a neutral state. And when you start working on higher levels, also people that we interact with in dream time, we want to cut cords with, because those are also interactions that we're doing on other dimensional planes. Okay, very good. So now that you cut cords, you are now in pure, clear state. Okay, so what I want you to do now is I want you to see a blank white screen in front of you. Okay, I'm going to visualize a white blank screen. It can be a wall, or it could be a screen that is white. And the first color that comes up, you're going to pick a color. This color is going to represent your highest vibrational expression. Go ahead. What color did you see? Okay. If it's more than one color, that's okay. You can use those two colors. And I want you to add gold to it. Okay? Now, gold, this is a very important tool that we utilize in healing, in energetic healing. When we utilize the color frequency of gold, gold is the highest neutral point. It helps heal. Don't forget that the color that you're looking at, or colors that you're looking at right now, is the vibrational signature. It's the information of your overall organism to help you understand what is going on in your soul, in your journey as a soul in this body. So it's identifying, it's communicating to you where you're at spiritually. Okay, so you're going to add gold to that color, and this gold color is going to help you heal, neutralize, and gently move you to the next phase. So it's going to allow you to come into alignment with all of the lessons, the contractual agreements, programs, experiences from the highest vibrational frequency. Now, the difference between coming from the highest vibrational frequency and not utilizing this color is that when you're not utilizing this color, you're falling into the karmic cyclical pattern. And the karmic cyclical pattern is the holographic structure that is created from all the information that is within your DNA, that is within yourself as a soul, your journey, the archetype that you've come into in order to heal and evolve yourself as this infinite consciousness, becoming aware of itself. Okay, so I want you to visualize this color now, and we're going to take it up into the crown. Now, they call the crown the 1,000-petal lotus, okay, because it is where light is fragmented into a million possibilities. It is the connection between that infinite consciousness and this matrix, or the physical plane, in which everything becomes fragmented. Okay, so you're going to visualize now that this crown is like a wheel. And we're going to use a wheel to simplify the practice, because the wheel is going to represent the different main aspects of yourself as a human in this human experience. And I'm going to name them out. And at the end, I will put a list for you so that you can refer back to this, but you can also customize that list as needed. Okay, so I want you to visualize the crown chakra. We're going to split it up into sections. The first of the sections is going to be career. Okay, so everything that you're here to do, your gift, the work, the offerings, your labor that you're here to do, physical work that you're doing, you're going to fill that in. And what you're doing is you're setting the intention that everything in your career is in alignment with your highest expression. Okay, so the amount of money that you're getting paid, the kind of work that you're doing, the kind of people that are working with you, because don't forget, everyone that's in our life, we have a contractual agreement with. Some of them are more karmic than others. So how do you begin to heal and change those karmic relationships? Is specifically by this. You're going to grab that color and you're going to fill it in to the section of career. So you have a wheel in the crown of your head. You can also imagine a flower, like a daisy, and you can visualize that you're changing the colors of those petals. Whatever visual is easy for you, I invite you to utilize that one, okay? So the first section, we're going to fill it in with your color. Whatever your colors is with gold, fill that in. Very good. And what's very important here is that you are becoming that director, the godlike self. You are directing how you want to experience things. So right now you are directing energy, vibrational frequency, information into the aspect of your career. You are designing your life now, okay? You're not being designed by the matrix. The next is going to be relationships. Fill that in. Fill it in with your color and the color gold, okay? All relationships, your family, friends, colleagues, your most intimate relationships, looking at the perspective that everything that you do in those relationships is in alignment with your highest expression, making sure that you're meeting the people that you need to meet for your journey, for your work. Fill that in. The next is going to be family. Fill that in. I make this a completely different section because the contractual agreements that we have with our family run really deep. We're talking about ancestral lineages here. So this color that you enter into the section of family is addressing all of the agreements, the lessons that were here in our family. And the family can be your starseed family, you know, your genetic family, and also your extended family. Every person that plays a family role is who we're talking about here. So go ahead and fill that in, setting the intention that those relationships are in alignment with your highest expression, okay? It's so powerful, and you will immediately feel a shift in the relationships as you begin to utilize this and implement this more in your life. This is also how we begin to heal contractual agreements and problems in our families from the higher levels, okay? Because sometimes we don't want to interfere with the free will of our family, but this is how we begin to heal it from the inside out, okay? Next, we're going to go to health. Fill it in. Setting the intention that our health is in perfect alignment, okay? And as you fill in this section, this is why I had you visualize that pole of white light through your body, okay? It's going to be really important. This section of your crown chakra is directly connected to the main pole that goes through your body. It is what feeds into your body that infinite consciousness that is running the soul, that is then running all the information that runs through this bioorganism. So it's important to understand that in order to come into health, these two have to be working. You have to be aware of them all the time. You have to fill that space with intention. Wherever your attention goes is where energy is moving things, okay? So fill that in, and your pole in the center of your body is perfectly in alignment and functioning, okay? All right, we're now going to go to the next one. The next one is intimate relationships. These are your marriages, your partners, boyfriends, girlfriends, your most intimate relationships. This is where we have the heaviest karmic agreements with, and so this is the one that we want to enter with your color. And the intention is that your relationship with this person is managed, balanced from the highest self possible, the highest expression possible. So any kind of codependent relationships or imbalanced or toxic relationships, or even things that we're not aware of in that relationship that are not working for our highest expression, this will gently bring them up. We will be able to see them from a place of compassion instead of experiencing them from a place of pain and suffering. Okay, so another way of how you're manifesting in your life by using this tool. Inhale deeply and exhaling. Very good. The next one is going to be the earth grid, the earth grid connected to our human body. This is one that's kind of surfaced more over the past 3 years. I want you to visualize filling that in with your highest expression. Why? Especially now. We need to hold space and set the intention that all of these imbalances that are happening in the world around us rebalance themselves. Heal, okay? Because this healing and the imbalance that's happening in the world around us is a reflection of our own imbalance as well. So go ahead and visualize that we're rebalancing. We're setting the intention that we're co-creating consciously and to create unity consciousness, healing for everything around us. Inhale deeply and exhale. The next is going to be abundance. Fill that in. Fill it in with your creative color. Setting the intention that we come into a state, into the flow of abundance. Abundance is more than just gain. Mind. It is fluidity. When we are in a state of abundance, fear, we're not coming from a state of self-doubt or any of these programs that inhibit and destruct the body from coming into the creator self. So this is one of the biggest lessons and blockages that occur in the crown chakra, is the blocked ability to come into a state of manifestation and creation. So you're going to visualize filling that creative color, your crown chakra, with gold into the crown of abundance. Okay, really creating. Very good. Fill that in. Fill that in with your highest expression. Inhale deeply and exhale, allowing ourselves to be in a fluid state of co-creation. Okay, that's the intention. Very important intention to keep at all times. This intention also moves illness out of the body. Okay, also moves illness out of the body. Very good. The next is we begin to work with, we have addressed actually the chakra and the different layers of the body with these different sections subconsciously. The next that we're going to address is the spirit, okay? So the journey of the spirit, the soul, the karmic lessons that the spirit comes into in this physical body. I want you to fill that in with your creative color and the gold color, setting the intention that you are working actively, consciously, guiding this spirit through all the experiences that it has in this life, all the contractual agreements, the painful experiences, the happy experiences, that as infinite consciousness, becoming aware of ourselves through those experiences, that we gain the knowledge and wisdom that is required from each of those experiences with grace. Okay, so visualize filling that in with your creative color. Okay. Very good. and you're going to begin feeling your body come back into balance. Any of you have been feeling sick or out of balance, this is the most powerful way to rebalance your body immediately, okay? The next section is one of the most important, okay? And it has to do with your purpose. What are you here to do? What is your purpose? Okay, a lot of us that are seekers, that are looking for our answers to define ourselves and what we're here to do. Some of us are still in that transitional point from having our 9-to-5 matrix job, and we're having a hard time coming into our highest expression in order to embody that, creative self. This is how you begin to move through that energy. And I have to tell you from a personal experience that when I learned how to do this, my life started to change so fast, so fast. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you. Just to let you know, over the past 3 years, my life has completely changed 380 degrees, okay? 360, 380, all over. It completely changed. And so because I surrendered to Source and I said, use me as it's needed for me to come and do the service that I'm here to do in this planet. And I surrendered to all desires, physical desires, monetary desires, material desires. All of that went out the window when I made the choice that I'm ready to come into my highest expression. And it was through this tool that the gates and the opportunities started to open up, and everything just came into alignment, okay? And we're not just talking spiritual. This is in the material, because again, the crown chakra is what is creating your life experience. The things that you're going to be experiencing, the people you're going to meet, the opportunities, all of that happens from up here. So we have to have this kind of clarity that we're creating today has to happen daily, okay? That's how we manifest into our reality. So go ahead and enter that color, your creative color in gold, into the section of your soul purpose. What are you here to do? What is your mission? Opening the doors to align you with the people, places, things, the emotions, the mindset that you need to come out and carry out that mission without any kind of suffering, pain, or confusion. Okay? Fill that in. Inhale deeply and exhale. Very good. Very good. So now we are completely filled our crown chakra with your creative color and your gold color. This is manifestation. This is the law of attraction in function, working with our intention. This is what it takes to change your vibrational frequency to be a match with whatever it is you are looking to attract in your life, okay? But the clarity is the most important, okay? So this vibrational color that you chose, which is your soul speaking to you, letting you know what you need, how you need to heal, who you need to meet, that is the signature that will attract you to your tribe, to the events and experiences that you need, okay? So now that you have your crown chakra shining brilliantly, I'm going to just quickly guide you through breaking some contracts, karmic contracts, which is the next part of this. And we're just going to visualize a room, and I invite you to do this in a longer meditation, but you're going to visualize a room, okay? And in that room, you're going to see all the contracts that represent all of the contracts that you've created, karmic contracts in your life. These are basically you're looking at in the physical form in front of you. Okay, well, you're visualizing. Basically, it's projecting all of the karma that you're holding in your DNA, ancestral, cyclical patterns, and all of the things that you're pulling in from the collective as well. Okay, so go ahead and take a look at all those karmic contracts, and you're going to destroy them utilizing your crown chakra. Why? Because the crown chakra is this incredible director of life force. And so this is our tool to use for discernment and clearing out all of the karmic contracts and cords that we have that are attached to us, that are pulling us away from that. And those are the functions of the matrix. So I want you to visualize that you're going to destroy all of those contracts, okay? And you're going to empty that room out. Empty it out completely until it's completely empty. You see nothing but the walls of that room. You can even burn the walls down. Whatever feels real to you, shine your crown chakra. You can visualize you're setting it on fire. You can, whatever it is you want to do, blow it up, destroy that room, okay? Take all of those contracts out. In another meditation, we're going to work with that contract room in depth. But today, we're going to clear them out, okay? Clear them out. Okay? Oh, and you should feel a complete weight lifting off your energetic body. It is incredible. It just begins to lift up all of this heaviness, okay? You are changing your frequency in this moment. You are writing the script of how you are functioning as a human. So now that you've cleared that room, it is empty. You're going to fill it up with your crown chakra color. The crown chakra color goes into that room. Why? Because we experience that karma. When we come and we incarnate into this three-dimensional plane, we are here in the physical body to experience emotions and the physical self. Also duality. It's one of the laws of what we're experiencing in this plane. And in order to feel and learn things, we have to go through the ranges of the different emotions and expressions. Okay? Pain to joy. But a lot of us, we get stuck in the pain and suffering because we forget our connection to source. So as we're waking up in the journey of our human life here, or coming from childhood into adulthood, we are then accessing those kinds of informations. If we wish, if we become aware of it, we wake up to that understanding. And only then are you able to change and direct your journey into your true purpose, right? It takes time. It's peeling the layers like the onion until you understand who you really are within. And that can take an entire lifetime. And until you find that, a lot of the experiences that we have are going through the cycles of karma, which is all of the cyclical karma that we're holding within us and everything that we're engaging in the physical plane. So we no longer want to experience those things through pain and suffering. Instead, we want to have those same lessons, because that's what we're here to do, but do it through a state of compassion and awareness. So by putting your crown chakra into this space, you are transforming the way that you experience life completely. Okay, and this visualization can be anything, but this has completely changed. Again, these two tools, the crown chakra and this karmic room, have completely changed the way I experience life. So I really invite you to do that. Fill it in with your color, okay? And you will start to see how things begin to change in your life. We're going to clear our energetic space once again, flush everything out, anything that's lingering in our space, cutting cords. Even with me, cut cords. Make sure that you're taking back your life force. I take back my life force. We are all sovereign. We are all individuals utilizing our free will in our work here. Okay. Inhale deeply and exhale. Very good. And you're going to open up the root chakra back into a balanced state. Open up the sacral chakra back into a balanced state. Open up the solar plexus back into a balanced state. Feeling grounded. Making sure your grounding cord is holding on to this emotional body, solar, sacral, root. You are grounded down to the center of the earth, really nice and strong. Fully in this body, fully at peace. Going up to the heart chakra, expanding that chakra is nice and clear, making sure that you're cleaning out any kind of cords, anything. You're going to rebalance it, bringing it back to a balanced state. Going up to the throat chakra, bringing it back into a balanced state. Going up to the third eye, bringing it back into a balanced state. Very good. Very good. And your crown always stays illuminated with your crown chakra. Send that up into the 8th. Activate the 8th chakra. The 9th, the 10th, 11, 12, 13. Turn it on with your creative color. And as you evolve, as you work, you will notice that your color will change. Okay? When you're done healing the programs and all of bringing this vibrational frequency that you are at currently back into its full balance, your color will change. And so gently through your life, you're going to keep going and going and going until you reach your highest expression. Okay? And we come into that rainbow body, that light body that we're all trying to achieve, coming from that rainbow into that white light, that neutral 0 point. So once again, come back into the room and open your eyes. I want to thank you so much for joining me today again. And it's been a really great pleasure to connect with you guys and to help answer questions. I had a lot of questions about the crown chakra this week, so I wanted to make a video about it. And more importantly, when we come into our powerful God creator self, we can begin to change how we are collectively co-creating and affect what's happening in the collective. Don't forget, this is a holographic reality that we're in. Okay, it's a holographic kind of illusion. Okay, and so we can change that by projecting our intention into what we're doing. Okay, so I want to thank you so much for being here today and all my love. And I just want to say hi to everybody. Cherie, hi, so good to see you. Do check out Cherie's channel. She had an amazing interview today with Vivian Chauvet, which is a great friend of ours. So do check out her channel, Ascension Sessions. And John, hi John. Kyla, Tim, Trisha, Kathy, Natasha, Aaron, Juan, Maria, Kaz, Jenny, Scott, Veronica, Carolyn, Andrew, Dawn, Andrew. Oh my gosh, it's so great to see you guys. Galina, Paul, it's so awesome to see you guys. Cedric, what does Cedric say? Let's see, let's read it. Red has been my spiritual color since 6 years, and I would see red orbs every night. That's amazing. And so again, this color is going to be popping up in our lives, showing and communicating with us until we learn how to use it. And obviously you've been using it, so that's amazing. All right, so Justin Dudra says, you're right about the marketing stuff. No one would ever know that. Learned that in my marketing classes. I know, it is unbelievable. I went to college for interior design and we were taught this, but it wasn't until later that I began to realize, oh my God, the exact same things that they're teaching in my marketing and design class are exactly what I'm learning about my body. Can you imagine? So that helps us understand that the entire world of information, of knowledge is within us. Once we begin to work and learn that, we can understand the world outside of us. Okay, and so do the dark side of this world. They know that. Remember that. So we have to revert back to those old understandings of our body. Tamana, hey Tamana, Fernando, hi. I see flashes of purple randomly. That's beautiful. So purple is talking to intuition. It's also the rebalancing of RNA and DNA. Yes, do you believe the recognizing a release, historical trauma, or pinned up emotions can reverse illness? Absolutely, Cedric. When we start to work with these cyclical ancestral traumas, we can absolutely clear that out. As a matter of fact, when we're working with the multidimensional body and we begin to see an illness, for example, even a virus in the body, it is a result of pinned up emotion in the energetic body. And so the two aspects that are connected with the crown chakra is primarily the emotional body, which is the solar plexus. How amazing is that, right? So the solar plexus, which is the emotional body, creates a cord that connects to this crown chakra. And then we don't have movement. We're stuck. People feel like they can't create anything. They're stuck. They feel like, they feel discouraged to do things. They feel depressed. It has a lot to do with these kinds of depressions and feelings of helplessness That's the number one emotional aspect that controls the crown chakra. So as we begin to work with that trauma, we release those programs, but we have to train ourselves and support ourselves with the healing from that information. We have to really come full circle and provide ourselves a very good understanding of what you need in order to continue a new pattern, a new program of understanding yourself, okay? That's the only way to sustain that healing. The problem is, and why healing is not sustainable, is that we subconsciously don't clear out that trauma. It's really deep-seated and usually lots of layers. If we don't get to the root cause, we're going to keep pulling that back up. And maybe you might heal one thing, but then something else might come up. That's why some people are balancing between diabetes and cancer, and then this illness and that autoimmune illness and this and that happening in the body. They're always susceptible to the next thing. Illness always has a metaphysical reason because we understand the layers of the body. Okay, so that's an amazing question, Cedric. Thank you so much for asking that. Jewel, so great to see you. Bobby, hi. Myra, Cedric, Jatinder, Dave. Guys, you guys are amazing. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. And I will see you all tomorrow. If there's anything that you want to learn about or hear about, put it in the message below. I'll be really happy to help you in any way that I can. And thank you for joining, okay? All my love. If you want to share this, please feel free to share it. And you can subscribe to my YouTube as well, okay? Much love. Bye-bye.